This is a little preamble to the episode you're about to hear. Unfortunately, we decided to scrap the crop circles because, well, there wasn't a lot of material there.
It was so boring. It's
Who
so
knew-
boring and filled with hoaxes.
Who knew how boring crops are?
So many hoaxes that we decided instead to air the interview with Lord and Lady Gruesome, aka James and Jenny Gillis, and that's the episode you're about to hear. And welcome back to Arcane Answers. I'm your host, Lair, and joined with me, as always, are Amanda and Sarah. And today we have special guests. Again, this is not paid programming. This is something that we love, and it is Lord and Lady Gruesome from the Gruesome Brew. Please introduce yourselves.
I am Lord Gruesome, James Gillis. We are, and this is my wife, Jenny Gillis, Lady Gruesome, and we are Gruesome Brew Coffee. Small batch veteran-owned gourmet coffee roasters.
That's awesome. And Sarah, you got a sampler for them, right?
I did. I got the Cryptid sampler, and Amanda and I have been enjoying that.
Oh my gosh, we had the red velvet cake this morning, and it was absolutely a delight to wake up to at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's fantastic.
That was one of our flavors. It's fairly new. It took us quite a while to perfect it.
Yeah.
Just because you don't have just a red velvet cake flavoring that you can use. You have to kind of combine flavors, and it's a very specific ratio that you have to use. So we kind of went through a good, 15, 20 pounds of coffee ourselves, just trying to get the flavoring correct.
You're all jittery by the end of it.
This is the greatest coffee ever.
A lot of our customers are also our guinea pigs. So
Yeah.
actually with that one, Tragic Roar from
Yeah.
TikTok was the one that decided on our final flavors for that one.
We like to do that with a lot of our customers. If they order frequently, we like to send them samples of our brews before it goes public to have them try and give us some feedback. We always, as much as we love coffee, we kind of get nose blind and taste blind to the whole thing. So we like to get some
Yeah.
outside perspective.
Yeah. Because we literally live in the roastery. Our home is also our roastery. It's all over us and all over our dogs, and the smell is everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there could be worse. I mean, like the most pleasant thing you can think of is like waking up and having coffee.
Yeah,
around
it
you.
has consumed our lives. Prior to this, we were both working for the post office. Jenny was a postmaster, and I was a city carrier supervisor, and we were doing like 80, 90 hours a week. And
Drinking a lot of bad coffee.
and drinking a lot of bad coffee through drive-through, spending $1,000 a month on drive-through coffee, and we just started. We ordered a pound of green generic beans off of Amazon,
Yeah,
and
they
I
were Ethiopians.
Ethiopian bean, and I did it in a cast iron skillet on the stove.
Yeah.
And after a few tries of doing that, we decided we were going to go full in and buy a roaster, and so like $7,000 later, we have the roaster,
With
and
the wrong name on it.
with the wrong name. We actually got our Sinister Brew Coffee,
Yeah.
but due to trademark reasons, we were unable to continue with that name, so we switched over to Gruesome Brew. But our roaster still says Sinister Brew.
So where are you guys based out of?
So we're
Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Right off of Winnipesaukee.
on Lake Winnipesaukee, so we're considered the Lakes region, very touristy area.
Yeah.
So
Right on the Maine border.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Where you guys met, and
Right.
now we got the Cryptid sampler. So is there any rhyme or reason behind which of the cryptids you chose for each flavor?
So I think we started with Bigfoot.
yes.
On the cryptid sampler anyway. And he was basically because we're New Hampshire. And that's really our only
Yeah.
cryptid.
Well, we really wanted to use the area around New Hampshire and Maine and Vermont. It's all about maple syrup, so we really wanted to perfect that flavor.
Yeah.
But we really didn't have a line set up yet. We didn't even know we were going to do lines at all. We decided that we did the maple, we perfected it, and we're like, what are we going to call this thing? And we wanted people around here in our local area to be interested, so we used Bigfoot.
Yep.
And then we came up with the idea we were going to do separate lines. We have a cryptid line, an alien line, myths and monsters, and it just kind of steamrolled from there.
Yeah. And now it comes down to we find a monster first, or
Yeah, something that we're interested
now
in.
we have the true crime line too, which so we'll find a person, and then we build a flavor around it.
It's really kind of based on personal interest. I grew up in West Virginia, so I was very familiar with Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the legend of Mothman, and it kind of rang true to me. So we decided we were going to try a Mothman flavor.
Yeah.
And then
But we didn't do a flavor. We ended up doing
Right.
Mocha, so that's one of our unflavored.
and that's kind of a big misconception. A lot of people think Mocha is like a coffee and chocolate, but it is not. It's the flavor notes of the coffee bean itself. So it's a combination of Ethiopian and Indonesian coffees, and we roast them separately, and then we do a 40-60 ratio of one to the other, and it has chocolatey tones to it.
Notes, yeah.
And that's when I met you guys at the Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention. I had that conception. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't really like flavored coffees that much. And you're like, this isn't flavored. And I was like,
Oh,
I took it
that's so
home, tried it. It is fantastic. Although Mothman and Mocha,
Yeah.
is it just
Yeah, we
is
kind
the
of
alliteration?
we decided the
Or-
name for or
Okay.
the cryptid first, and then we decided what flavor we were going to do with it.
Yeah, we I think we asked Jeff Wamsley when we were down there, and we were talking about it, but then we ended up just running with it on our own because I think he was busy with the Frogman Festival in Ohio. We actually came out with it.
Which was really great for us. It was for our business rather. When we went down to visit, we just went there as tourists to the Mothman Museum at Point Pleasant, and we happened to see that they had another coffee that they were carrying based on the Mothman. But when we spoke to some of the staff, they said that customers weren't really happy with it, and I was like, well, hey, we have a coffee company, and we had come up to see my family, or went down to see my family.
Because
Yeah.
James is from Parkersburg.
I'm from
so
Parkersburg, West Virginia, and we
another
brought
kind of alien cryptid, the Smiling Man.
we brought a ton of our coffees with us just to give to family,
Oh,
and we happened to have some Mothman Mocha
So
left
had some
over
Mocha.
in our as we were traveling through Point Pleasant, and we gave him a bag, and within 2 days he's like, yeah, I want it, and now he carries pretty much our whole cryptid line.
Oh, the Smiling Man.
Smiling Man, Edgar
that's where
Code, yeah.
that's where James is from. He's from Parkersburg.
Yeah.
so,
I love that particular cryptid.
yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done anything with him yet, but we've actually been contemplating it,
Yeah.
whether we were going to do it
It's a
in
hard
cryptid or in
No,
the alien
he would
line.
have to be in the alien.
Yeah, that's what I understand too. Is he's both a cryptid and an alien.
Same thing with the Flatwoods Monster. That's
Yeah.
why the Flatwoods Monster is actually in both lines. She's in, I say she, but she's
Yes,
in,
yeah.
she's in Flatwoods, and I mean, she's in Cryptid
People
and she's in the alien.
People associate it with being a cryptid, but the lore says that there was a ship there.
Yeah.
My opinion on it is that if it was alien origin, it was an alien sentinel, like kind of guarding the ship during some sort of mechanical malfunction. That's what I like to
Especially
think.
with the steam and everything, and the laser.
Oh, I
eyes.
love that. With the alien line, the Flatwoods Monster, that's very alien like. It wears a dress, right? Like,
Yeah, the way
I
we
picture her more like a Dalek.
really?
Yeah, we kind of picture it as in like it was a triangular shaped flat bottom that maybe had thrusters underneath that could help it float, or whatever they had under it for the flotation, because it was depicted as floating through the woods.
Right.
So I think there was some sort of levitational, like if it is true that there's some sort of levitational technology there to help it float through the woods and like kind of guard
Mhm.
anything that was going on with the ship.
Yeah, no, I love the pictures of the Flatwoods Monster, and we did that a little while ago. I think we touched on it when we were doing UFOs, and that is the cutest cryptid I've ever seen. Like, just the picture of it is just this.
We almost went with a more grotesque version of it. Like we sat here and we
Because we
drew up a
talked
couple different visions.
Before we released it, went to Sutton, West Virginia. We talked to Matt or Chris. Anyway, the curator at the Flatwoods Museum. And he is actually the one that did decide on the.
Yeah, and we were trying to go for more like sinister looking like creature or robot or sentinel, but ultimately we decided we were going to just stick with kind of like what
exactly
it
what
is.
they said.
Yeah, we wanted to use the description of what it is and not just make it more than what it was.
The spade shaped head, everything. We'll try to.
Yeah, I'm looking at the original drawing right now here, with it up against like a man looking up at it, and
Yeah, we actually had the same picture here.
yeah, and I love that photos or the drawing so much, and that's from the 50s. A lot of these are from like the 50s to 70s, right?
Yeah, correct.
A
Yeah,
lot of the cryptids that happened in the West Virginia, Ohio area are from almost the exact same time. It's amazing.
what interests me though is that even though Mothman started in West Virginia. There have been sightings in, I think, Mexico, Chile.
Yep.
They have all around the world sightings of a creature, red glowing eyes with wings like a moth. So I think that's kind of interesting. And we want to, each one of our lines, each one of our characters, our flavors has its own backstory. So Mothman obviously has its own backstory. We can expand on it with some of the other stuff that's come out. But with some of the stuff that like our myths and monsters, we make, or our alien line specifically, we made up names for the aliens. We have backstories for them, how they all interconnect. And I in the beginning of our brewing or roasting, I tried to start a storyline that would lead to a graphic novel of all the characters. And I'm still working on that, but the coffee part has taken over.
Like a super group of cryptids?
Yeah, like we wanted to align all of our lines together, so we have like the cryptids, the myths and monsters, and aliens, and how do they all interconnect? And I was trying to create like a backstory of each one of them have their own story, but then they end up connecting with one another until the entire coffee realm that we have created is all like one big story.
So our flagship coffee was Sinister Jack, but now he's
Gruesome
Jack. And the whole story was that he was traveling to all these different areas and picking up different characters.
Well, wasn't there a cryptid that like leaping jack, like leaping spring-heeled jack? Thank you very much.
Yeah, there is. We haven't. So we try to limit our lines to 6 flavors. We're already carrying 45 plus flavors, so it's kind of difficult to keep coming up with new flavors to add into a new line. Because then when we send out the samplers, it'd be like 16 samples in a pack, So if we do end up with a new cryptid, if we were to introduce Spring Heel Jack, we would actually
cryptid part 2.
We'd have to do either a separate cryptid line or replace one of the cryptids we already have.
Should dabble in some teas since it's from England.
We were thinking about it, and it was going to be Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
We have talked to some of the suppliers.
James is a huge Star fan, so
Did I hear, Jenny, that you create the art on the packages?
Yeah. A lot of it, especially with the cryptid line, is derived from police reports.
Yeah.
Police reports, eyewitness accounts.
And we do look at other images that have already been produced. Like with our Astral Abyss, we try to go with just the typical gray. We want it to be a little bit more creepy than just the skinny guy with the big eyes that looks like it wouldn't hurt a fly. So it was a little bit more detailed, but we do go from our myths and monsters. Our Griffin vanilla is. I'm just saying that a lot of the stuff that we do is derived from other photos and stuff that we pull from. We don't want to take credit for someone else's art, but we coming up with the idea, right? But we do sit together and we come up with our own version of it.
I can take the window it had an inspiration, someone else's artwork, but you've made it your own.
Yep.
Right.
Just super cool though.
Wendigo's huge in Maine.
Yeah. I think that was one of I actually did that one, I think, and it was one of my first, and I'm pretty proud of it. It was when I first started dabbling with Photoshop, and it took me a lot of hours to get through it and figure it out, and but I thought it came out pretty well.
Yeah, no, I like the diversity of the art style too on the packages. From like the Jersey Devil looks like, I mean, that's tattoo worthy as a logo. Like that looks great. Yep. The Frogman, totally different art style. That's
and then our son also.
One of our lines is
Sins
of the Brew, and it's a demon line. And our son actually created his own demon and did the artwork for us, and he came up with the flavors. It's a dark chocolate cherry, Ragnar's Revenge, and so we're trying to get the family involved with it too.
That is really fun.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we're all family people here. The Frogman. Now, I'm not as familiar with his legend. Is he the one that is he like the lizard man that destroys cars, or I can't?
He has jumped in front of many cars.
He's jumped in front of cars. He's from Loveland, Ohio. So actually where I grew up in Parkersburg is 15 minutes from Ohio. So Loveland was only about an hour away.
Some of the eyewitness accounts with him, he also had a magic wand, which I did not.
Right. They do have a movie, Frogman movie. I don't know if you've seen it. It's not great.
They have a second one coming out too.
But kind of just the backstory of it.
No, I haven't seen it, but I might actually put it on my list here.
It's filmed like the Blair Witch
Ah,
Project. It's
found
it's
footage.
interesting.
Kind of lost footage type stuff.
Yeah.
That was so funny when the Blair Witch came out and people didn't necessarily understand it was just a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
there's math panic. And no, calm down. It's just a new type of cinema.
They're going to take found footage and they're just going to make millions of dollars off of it in the
Yeah,
theater.
but this
People out casually murdering. It's fine.
That's fine.
The Blair Witch Project, the lady from that actually was a town manager or something on a town council here in Maine as well.
was
really?
really that's
She was for a short time.
that's
So do you guys do a lot of traveling to the different events with the
no, actually the Paracon was our first.
Rain was our first.
Yeah.
We did attend East Coast Haunters
Yeah, we
as
go to trade shows, but
guests.
yeah.
Not guests, but customers. But we weren't sure how we were going to do it, the logistics of the whole thing.
Because we're not allowed to
We can't
sell
we can't
liquid
brew.
coffee.
We can only sell beans whole or ground. So we had to figure out the logistics of how we were going to get the beans there. Obviously being Gruesome Brew is just the two of us. So roasting that amount of beans and then trying to grind it all and package it, not knowing if it was going to sell, then we would have packages of coffee just sitting, which we don't like. We're in one of the local stores here in Wolfboro, and they called us up and like, how long can this sit? And I'm like, if you still have it, it's been sitting too long. So we went out and we switched it over. We gave them fresh bags. So our whole premise is we roast it. We just got done roasting today. We roast daily, at least 10 pounds. And we don't we flavor and then we don't grind until it's ordered. That way, when you get it, it's the freshest that you can get.
So we had to end up taking a gigantic grinder.
So that's what we did. You saw at the Paracon.
I did.
We brought our grinder. We figured we would just sell the
a lot
one.
of friends around us that day.
We would just sell the one size, the 8 ounces. We would bring the prepackaged 8-ounce bags, and we grind on the spot. Or if people wanted whole bean, they could take that too. And I think it worked out pretty well. We were super nervous, but we had a lot of great neighbors around us at the selling their own wares that were super helpful. We actually came in day 2, and because Jenny was wearing a shirt that said Sinister Brew, because that was our old name, one of the vendors who was creating t-shirts created 2 shirts for us to wear that said Gruesome Brew on the spot.
Wow.
Really nice of her. We super stoked to have had such great people around us to calm our nerves, and we felt like we did really well. We sold out all but maybe 10 bags total. We brought 11 different flavors, and we bought at least 10 to 20 bags of each flavor. So we're pretty stoked. We've actually been looking at ways that we can travel to other places outside of New England. Jenny's sister lives in Georgia, and they just went to Dragon Con, and she said we would have killed it down there. So we're looking at a bunch of different things that I think that we enjoy that more than just selling online. I think being in front of people, talking about the business, talking about the intricacies of roasting and the flavoring process, and we're looking to do a lot more.
It was the most polite polite convention I've ever been
Right?
to.
Yeah.
Like everybody was just so nice. I'm talking to the vendors, and obviously vendors want to be nice to you, but like everybody, they're moving around each other and not making eye contact. So
when we were in East Coast, it was in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, and there would be times we'd be talking to a vendor trying to sell their wares, and mid-sentence they would just walk away to talk to somebody else. And I was like, what?
oh wow.
How do you know we're not going to spend money? I know I'm wearing a burlap sack, but come on.
Were you wearing
No, I
a
wasn't.
bean sack?
No.
Okay. I was like, man, that's one way to promote it.
We went in with hopes of more. We wanted to get our name out there. We were working with VFX Creations,
VFX Studios.
and they do scare puppets.
I used to be a haunter, so I used to go to Trans World and East Coast Haunters, Midwest Haunters. So we still go to those.
And one of the things we were looking at with VFX, they have this it's like a zombie butler, but it would totally match up. They said they could change it up for us, and we're still in discussion with them. So if you guys get a chance to check out VFX, they're awesome.
Yep.
But they were going to change their zombie butler into our Sir Pistachio, which is he's a green skeleton with a top hat. And honestly, going back to Jenny, he's a Cockney English guy, yeah. But Jenny, growing up in Salem, Mass, and running the haunts that she did down there, we'd be stoked to go down there during the season and just kind of have our Sir Piastachio puppet and scare some people and hand out some samples.
Yeah, we do go to Salem and hand out samples every couple months or so.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever been on Halloween?
I used to.
I'm too old to go.
I used to be the person in the haunted house with no voice left on Halloween.
Yeah.
I used to run
Like
the Museum of Myths and Monsters down the wharf and Boris Karloff's Witch Mansion.
I kept thinking, I'll get down there, and then I look up photos of it. I'm like, that's too incredible.
There's no point in going to Salem.
Not on Halloween, but if you do it two weeks before,
if you go on the 1st, like as a local, that's when we used to have our opening day parade and everything, like the beginning of the month. But then you get there like the 1st of September, 1st of November. It's a ghost town.
Oh, I've been there before, and there was nobody there. And I was like, this was like, I think in July, and nothing was going on. And so I was able to walk around, go see everything, do all the
great town, right?
stuff. Yeah, it's a great town.
Coffee,
and like
but...
everybody is, I like the fact that like the witches have taken back.
Right, yeah.
When I was, because I grew up there, Lori Cabot used to come and speak at our schools and stuff. She's the official witch of Salem. And my dad, who worked at Salem State College, he used to have all kinds of different stuff to do with Lori all the time. But I grew up with it all.
My husband and I went to go visit Larry last year, and I was so excited because we were going to be going through Salem on Halloween to get back to our flight. And after driving around for about 45 minutes and realizing there was no place to park anywhere within miles and miles.
You probably went down about 10 feet in 45 minutes.
Yeah, we were like, well, it's a dream for another day.
If you ever do have to go in October, I would recommend staying in Gloucester and taking the train down. There's still ghost tours and everything in Gloucester too, and then you can just take the train.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute train ride.
It's a 20-minute train ride. Yeah,
Oh,
lot
that's
cheaper
awesome.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Highway 1, which is just a joke.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
yeah, that doesn't go through Salem either, so Salem's kind of hard to get to. There's no good way.
Right, but if you're coming up from Boston and you're hitting Route 1,
Yeah, Route 1.
and you're like, this is a street. This is not.
2-lane street.
It is
That's
a
a highway.
street.
It's Thunderdome.
You're dodging piles of trash as you're driving along.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
born in Maine, so.
So now bringing it back to cryptids, what is your favorite cryptid from the local areas?
I have to be Bigfoot.
Yeah, for Jenny, it's Bigfoot. For me, I have to go back to my roots in West Virginia with the Mothman. But when we were at the convention, I did actually find out about another cryptid in West Virginia that I was not aware of, the snarly yowl.
Oh, yeah.
And snarly yowl. It's the noise that makes yowl. So I believe it's a werewolf type creature.
Yeah, it's like a dog man.
Yeah, dog man. We're doing some more research on it, and we're working with a guy. He
runs the company Snarly Owl.
He has a company, Snarly Owl, and we're looking at doing a private label for him. We do that with customers too. Like if there's a birthday or anniversary or a gift that somebody wants to do, we do private labels. We'll come up with the artwork. You tell us what flavor you want, we'll make it happen, and we'll send out a sample of the flavor for you to try before we produce it. But he wants to do a snarly owl flavor, and we're still kind of in the works of that.
Absolutely. Also, there was another person that approached us that wanted their own Loch Ness Monster flavor.
Yeah.
So.
But so yeah, for me, it's going to be Mothman. If we're doing stateside, Bigfoot's always a good second place. We're still.
Oh, I said, we're still kicking around some ideas for the show, and it might be fun to do a October movie marathon where we watch horror movies that are themed. So the Mothman prophecies might be a good one to kick off with, or even
we just watched that. We just watched that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, Jeff Wamsley down at the museum has a ton of the movie props.
Yeah,
all
Oh.
on the huge displays. It's really neat.
But if we're talking cryptids overseas, there's one that's in the Ethiopian area, and I actually lived in Ethiopia for about a year. It's the crocata, and it's a kind of a cross between a wolf and a lion.
Yeah, but it mimics. It does.
It mimics,
It
yeah.
it can mimic voices.
Oh,
Ooh, that's creepy. Everybody loves that. And when you hear a child's voice upstairs calling you and you know that your children
Yeah.
aren't home.
Or you hear your own voice
that's-
calling.
But we just ignore our kids anyway, so
oh my God! Could I do hot chocolate too? Sorry, I'm going through.
we do, yes. Oh,
We
they're
also
not.
do candies, but this time of year, they would just melt. So
Yeah, typically we do it in the spring and then fall through the winter months. But we tried to do it this past summer, and we sent some to California, and they did a review for us, and it was our chocolate covered espresso beans,
and they were
and there's just a
melted all-
giant melted mess because it took like 7 days for it to get out there because the United States Postal Service is not exactly the best way to mail things these days. We actually use UPS now because they're a lot quicker. But yeah, so we're about to bring that back out. We have chocolate covered espresso beans. We have cherry cordials, chocolate covered cherry cordials,
frogman eggs.
frogman eggs, which is our mint chocolate chip cookie.
And we're thinking about doing
Bite.
Mothman eggs, would be the regular just
Ah.
cookie.
Yeah, like a regular cookie crumble with a little chocolate on it on the outside. So yeah, we're trying to expand into areas that we think people would like.
Because we have so many people that just they love what we do, but they're like, but we just don't like coffee. I'm like, oh man. So we got to do something.
And that's really why we want to get into the teas as well. And that's a whole different beast in itself. But if we did the teas, we want to hit all the markets just so people can get something good with an experience. It's not just about what you're getting, because you can order coffee anywhere. We try to do very, very well with our coffee. Hopefully people enjoy it. But we also want there to be a story with it. We want to have something. We kind of liken it to when we were kids and we had cereal boxes that had prizes inside.
Did prizes inside.
And we actually did that with our coffee for a bit. We did little pins that had like our characters on them that you could wear like a little lapel pin. And so we're just trying to bring fun back to adults being able to buy coffee and have something fun.
We're 80s kids.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think people get excited too, probably about what you're doing because you're excited about it. Like, just talking to you guys today, I already like your product. Like we had it this morning. It was delicious. I'm looking forward to more flavors. The samplers are wildly affordable. Like I've already got them picked out for my siblings at Christmas. But you're so enthusiastic and you really seem to like just truly love what you're doing. And how can somebody not get behind that? Like it makes me excited. I'm like, I want to try all these things. I'm going to eat all the candy. It just fun.
And it's like I said earlier, we both work for the post office. We were doing 80 to 90 hours a week. We're still doing that, but we're together doing it. And we get to come up with ideas that are not like commercially based, not to knock down like the bigger companies, but we're not in this to get rich. We're in this to have fun, be together, and be able to have a little bit of money to, explore other avenues with our brand,
Plus we really love to travel to these places that the cryptids were. Like it's an obsession.
For instance, we're one of our coffees in the winter is
Krampus.
our Krampus coffee, and we're
So
actually
we're heading off to Germany.
We're going to Germany and Austria in November. We're leaving after Thanksgiving. We're going to be there through the beginning of December, and they have the Krampus Festival in Salzburg, Austria on the 5th. And so, are you guys familiar with Krampus?
Oh yeah.
So we're going to be there for the Krampus Run, and hopefully we'll get some good pictures and some good video and some interaction. But also we want to learn more about Krampus from where it originated, so we can better our line. Like last year we had a flavor that we had for Krampus that really didn't work out well. We're hoping this year we're going to get a little bit more insight so we can bring the flavors of Austria to the customers who kind of want to learn about it.
I think you're not going to be in any shortage of cryptids, especially if you're starting to travel around the world. Especially, I mean, you get into Vaperte or like the Yule Lads.
I love the Yule Lads. I wanted to do that last year. I wanted to do it's 7, right? 7, including the mother. Or? 12, including the mother, or no?
No.
Just the boy.
But it's just that's so many to do that maybe we could just take eggnog and make like chocolate eggnog, cinnamon eggnog. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
And also we would like to do like kind of Gruesome Brew Advent, where we have our candies available, and then we have the Yule lads and Krampus and Santa, and we'll every day you open up and you get a different like chocolate covered espresso bean, or cherry cordial, or any of the other things that work.
Cat did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Did you say
Yeah,
Yule
Yule
cat? What did you say? Yeah. I love the Yule cat because it eats you if you don't wear the clothes you got on Christmas.
You got for Christmas. Not that you don't fold your clothes.
Don't be selfish. Wear the clothes.
Exactly. You're a fish
Yeah. I
box.
love that. And I love that Grila's husband is just
Yeah.
lazy. Like everybody's got all these other facets, and then he's just lazy.
But yeah, we're hoping to do we're trying to expand not just to the United States. We have it's called the Map in Black that discusses all the cryptid and alien type stuff that's happened around the United States.
Fantastic company.
And
I don't know if you guys have the Map in Black, but
it's very detailed.
Detailed map of the United States. We're precise.
All cryptids and alien encounters and anything strange.
I'm looking it up right now.
It's a very small company.
But we want to expand into Europe. I mean, ultimately, our goal is when we retire, we're going to move to Italy. So in May, we're actually going to go to Italy
because there's just coffee.
Yeah, we're hoping when we go over in May that we can talk to some of the roasters there and get their insight on roasting, and also explore some of the areas for some of the local lore that we may not know about.
Because there's a lot of witch hunts in Italy that I don't know about.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we're not like made of money where we get to travel. We use a site called Hopper. It's not a plug.
Yeah.
But it's right now like $3.95 round trip to Italy. It's crazy cheap. So we save our money and we do this so we can kind of further the Gruesome Brew family a little bit and open it up to other avenues of enjoyment for people. Like I said, it's not about us really making any money off of it. It's about bringing joy to the people with a little bit of flavor behind it.
Well, I think that's wonderful, and about all the time we have for today. I appreciate you guys coming on. This will come out here soon.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for having us on. It was great. We really enjoyed talking about our stuff. We really enjoy people letting us ramble about our stuff.
Oh, you guys are welcome back anytime. Next time, if we get our tens of listeners to write in, we might try to petition for Arcane Answers brew.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll definitely we can work on that. You guys come up with a flavor and what you want on your logo, we'll definitely do it.
We should order a sampler pack and do a giveaway, Larry.
Oh, that's a great idea. We'll do that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
No worries.
And have an excellent
day. Thank you as well. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
So if you enjoyed the hangout with Jenny and James as much as we did, we are doing a giveaway of the Cryptid collection. There is 6 individual coffees. We will be picking the winner on October 31st. It begins October 1st and goes through October 25th. To be entered, all you have to do is follow our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and or YouTube. Like, share, leave us a comment, and we will be picking the winners on Halloween.